Sí, ya llegó el tocanazo.
Yeah.
Right.
So are you live?
No, we're live right now, brother.
All right.
So we're live.
Saludos.
We're actually live on 6 different platforms. We're live on my radio station. We're live on Roku TV, all at the same time, brother.
Right on.
So we're here. The guys are here. Saludos to David Vela from Oakland. He's watching in Oakland, California. Saludos desde Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm and Danny Nolia.
Órale.
Órale. There you go.
Saludos.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. And I consider him the main man himself, the man who brings the plan.
What did I do then?
You know what? I call you Mr. Wonderful of Tejano, bro.
All right.
Because I know for a fact, I know something that people don't know, and they should know. You have been on more albums than any other artist.
I've been very blessed, brother, to be on a lot of projects, a lot of recordings.
Yes, you have.
So many groups. I mean, it's been great, man. It's been really, 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 really cool.
And you know what? I have all of your albums.
All right.
I have all of your albums. I love the way you produce. I love the way you play. I love the way you sing.
Thank you.
And you're the diamond in the rough that people need to pay attention to, man, brother. I was the guy that brought you to San Angelo, Texas.
Really?
There were other people that took credit for it. I was like, that's not cool, bro. But I didn't care. I was drunk, so it didn't matter. But no, man. You know what? So what's been going on in your world, brother, man?
You know
Me,
what?
man.
We just released. Well, it's not released yet, but we have our CD here. Of course, we're here at the Tejano Takeover in Las Vegas, right? Everybody knows that,
right?
And so, the CD was just sitting there because it's not going to be released for another 2 weeks. It's our 25th anniversary CD. We're celebrating 25 years this year. We're throwing a big party in San Antonio on Labor Day weekend. August 30th, 31st, and September the 1st. And we got so many groups coming. A lot of our friends, Gary Hobbs, Jay Perez. I think that was Jay's girlfriend.
We'll pay you $5 later.
But we got, of course, I said Gary, Jay. We got Ram. We got David Lee, Marcos Orozco, Elida, Ricky Naranjo, Desperados, Roberto Pulido. Conjunto Cats. I'm trying to think of the lineup. David Farias, Mike and the Iconics, Rubén Ramos, La 45. A lot of groups are coming out, okay? And there's more information online at Tejano-Superfest.com. Again, that's Tejano-Superfest.com. Don't forget the dash because people are like, well, we looked it up, but you got to put the dash. Tejano-Superfest.com. All the information is there for, the tickets, for the lineup, for what time they're going on. All that good stuff, pero estamos celebrando 25 años de andar en la música así como Chente, Barrera y Taconazo. It's been great, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. Of course, there's always bumps on the road, but any band goes through that,
Yeah, there's that's life, bro. Ups and downs and everything.
Else. It's crazy because a few years ago, even a band like the caliber of Intocable, who's a giant group in the industry, I've seen them play to 300 people, but then the next night or the night after that, they're playing to 18,000 people. So it's just a normal thing. It even happens to the mainstream groups too. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the industry is a risky business. Everybody knows that, and we have our ups and downs. And luckily, we've had more ups than downs. And that's the beautiful thing. And I thank God for that. And of course, being part of all these records throughout the years, drumming, singing background vocals, playing keyboards, playing bass, playing bajo sexto. I've done a little bit of everything. We're in the studio and hey man, le falta esto, le falta. Well, I'll do it, man. So I'll throw in a little something in there. But of course, mostly, the start of my career was as a drummer. ¿Verdad? I played drums with Jay Perez, with Tropa F, with Oscar G, with a lot of groups growing up. I've been doing it since I was 9 years old. Not on the road, but I started out doing quinceañeras, weddings, all that kind of stuff with the band Elio Quintanilla and those Tall Boys, right? They were I mean, they had been around since the 80s. I caught the tail end of the like 1988, something like that. And it was funny because, we would do the quinceañeras, weddings, all that, church festivals. And the band would go to the bar on the break and I'd go to the playground. I'd go play with all the kids there. I was 9 years old, man. So,
You
and
know
then
what?
they would pay me and I'm like, I would tell my Mom, what's this for? And she's like, well, you play and they're paying you. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'll go buy some Star Wars or something. But
Yeah,
anyway, it's been great.
yeah, you know what? You were one of the reasons that I fell in love with music
Wow.
because you have to understand I'm Native American.
Yes.
I'm Michiwampi Achelo is my name.
Wow.
And so I didn't know a lot of Spanish.
Okay.
But I would so when I hear music, like even now, when I hear Tejano music, I hear the music first. Then I concentrate on the words that translating the what they're saying. So if you don't articulate, I don't know what you're saying. But what I was what I was loving about the music that you would play, especially the drums with Jay,
Right.
is your drumming technique and some of your citizens and your because you were the innovator. And then this skips the you would go on the downbeat or you would start on the upbeat and then you would stop.
I
And
never
then
thought people would pay attention, man.
I,
But
I paid attention to it, bro. I have to because that's the first thing that catches me is the
you know,
music.
man, I just wanted to play like Garth on Wayne's World. I just wanted to play, and when we it was very obvious when we made the Jay Pettis band in 1993 that there was something special about that group. Everybody came from different planets. I like to say because
Uh-huh.
Speedy came from the world of La Mafia and Excelencia. He had his style. Gilbert Velasquez came from the Latin breed, Royal Jesters. And
Uh-huh.
Jerry De La Rosa, God rest his soul, came from the Fandango USA. Gary Hobbs. And then I brought whatever I brought to the table, and when we got together and got in the studio, it was magic, man. It was just a chemistry that I can't explain. And so, you know, then Jay Perez comes and puts the icing on the cake with his
Yeah.
voice. And so we knew we needed to do something uh, heavy. We needed to do something to how do I say it, to accommodate Jay's voice. Because Jay's such a great singer, such a progressive singer, and we said, man, we gotta make sure the music is as badass as his voice is. So you know, we did what we did, and we became one of the more progressive bands in La Onda at that time. So doing that, and then just the years before that is when I started doing my you know, uh, Abraham Quintanilla and AB Quintanilla, and they brought me in the studio early on, and then I met Manny Guerra and I met other producers. I met Joey Lopez from Joey Records at the time, and I mean it was the early '90s, right, where the boom of Tejano. All these new groups were coming out, and I was getting to play in all the records. Uh, Whoever would come out, hey, you know what, Chente, we got this new, I want you to do the drums, I want you to do this, or do background vocals, or did you write a couple of songs, for us, whatever, and there it was, man. So the early '90s was really, really, really special for me. It was a blessing, to record with so many groups and make so much music, man.
I could hear your style in so many different. I just knew it because of the way you would do your drum rolls, and just your little, just your little.
And when I would record, I'd say, you know what, I'm gonna play real straight so that you can distinguish that it's me, or just so that it's a straight deal. But then after a while, Gilbert or whoever would say, you know what, do your thing, man. It's you playing. I mean, and a lot of people would say, you did this, and I know that's you. My kids, they were young, and they're like, Dad, you play drums on that, right? Because you do some little thing there, and we know it's you. 'Cause they would hear me practice at home or whatever. So it was just, I guess it caught on. So
Well,
you know,
it's for me, it's eminent. So I mean, I'm a great fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not calling you out for anything
no, no,
other
no.
than it's awesome that you I mean, because I was like, holy, son plays drums.
Oh, wow.
Okay, but he plays drums for church. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's
great.
I drum for Jesus. You know,
Right.
so I was like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got you.
that's good. And then I was like, listen to this.
You hear that in the background?
Yeah. That's right.
So it's the Viva Dance Company. A while back, they came and said, Chente, we're doing a dance routine to Mujer Bonita, which is the Spanish version of Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
I did that on my second record in 2002 called Inspiración. I said, hey, have at it, man. It's great. And they've been to San Antonio Spurs games and stuff, and right now they're performing it as we speak. You can hear the music in the background.
That's what's going in the background. Jojo Herrera, how are you doing, brother? Saludos.
Jojo.
Jojo. Hey, Lawrence and Chente, how you doing?
Órale.
Joshua De Luna, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, it's been a blessing, Lawrence, and I'm just so just happy with my life right now, man. You know, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. We got the big Labor Day bash coming up, the Hano Superfest, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, man.
But nor should you, because I mean, you have fans. I know you have fans out there that you don't know of, you know, and that's wonderful because, you know, the fact that you've touched so many lives without people even recognizing it. And I like to share those stories with people because they need to understand. I think one of the things that's lacking is understanding the complexity that is music in itself. They don't realize that it takes a whole army to make one song. It's
Yes.
not just this little bitty thing. And once they understand the complexity of what it takes to make a single,
Right.
then they can better appreciate all of the contributions of all the people.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it's a whole existence, you know. And that's one of the things that I like about what you've done when you came and you performed. Every time I've seen you perform, it's been a great show. Music is on par. Your band is so on tight, you know.
Man, and I wish we could practice a little bit more, man, because a lot of my guys work and they have good jobs and stuff like that. And I do, as a band leader, I put up with a lot of stuff that I know other band leaders wouldn't, but I want to have a good band. And sometimes you just got to do that, you know,
Yeah.
and so,
But the thing is that when you have fun on stage, that influences the fun in the crowd, and they love to have the fun with you,
yes.
and they will have the fun with you, and
Oh, yeah.
that's a good thing. That's a great thing.
And that's what it's all about, man. You know, we come together, like here at the convention, you know, we come together. I mean, it's all about the Hano music, conjunto music, and how it's not just part of our culture, but it's just part of our lives. And you know, the fans, we get to talk to the bands, the fans. I mean, everybody comes together, and that's the beautiful thing. And that's why I like coming over here every year. And you know, and it keeps us on our toes too, because I'll tell you what, everybody, all the bands are like, oh, we gotta hurry up and get the CD out for Vegas. You know, we gotta hurry up and get the CD out for Fanfare or whatever it is. But it keeps us going. And even though it's been 3-4 years since I taken out a new CD, and I always say, no, I'm not gonna do this last time, and I take it even longer. But it's just because, you know, from the grace of God, we're busy, we're doing stuff, and you know, we, of course, life happens as well. So you know, and for me, it's you know, like I said, I've always been part of you know, this recording, that recording, do my own recordings, and you know, and sometimes I'm guilty for you know, when I've had several labels, right? I had to do with records, I had VMB music, you know, and for whatever reason, things don't work out. But in doing that, I would put all my attention and all my effort into other bands. And what happened to Chente? You know, people tell me, hey, where's your CD? You're pushing this guy's CD. Where's yours? And so I would get caught up in that. And so I learned that I got to take care of Chente. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know.
You and I are kindred spirits because this Tejano Connects I've been working on it for 2 years. We're on Roku TV right now. I've been on Roku TV for 5 years.
Wow.
And there's other Tejano shows that are on Roku TV that I helped,
Well, let me
get on Roku TV.
Well, let me tell you something, man. You know, 20 years ago when this thing started, you know, I had always wanted to be part of something big, part of something huge, and the proof is on the history wall that they have here.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh, I was really really knocked out with the fact that they gave me props because one day I played in Kansas City and David and Sarah Travis were in the crowd and I said, hey, you know what, David, I want to talk to you about something, man. He's like, what's going on? He used to work for a company called National Council La Raza, and these guys would do conventions and festivals and whatnot throughout the United States uh, with Hispanic, the Latino market, whatever you want to call it, corporate world, right? And I said, look, man, you have you have the sources to do something big, to do something like a convention, to do this or that, and here we are 20 years later, and I said, wow, man. I mean, who would have thought? You know what I mean?
Right.
This was in my mind a long time ago. He made it happen. It was like I said. And I was so knocked out that the other day they have a history wall here and talks about how they got started and throughout the years till now, and it says they have a "Did you know" segment there, and it says, "Did you know Chente Barrera was the guy that told us to do this?
That's
It's
right.
his fault." Anyway, but
It's
and
his fault.
it's cool, man, because so that's why we're doing the Superfest now, because I've always been part of the behind the scenes, like the Hano explosion in San Antonio. I sometimes I get a lot of backlash for certain things that happen, but that's out of my control. They tell me, you know what, Chente, we know you know a lot of bands. Can you book these bands for us? This and that, and that's what I do. Because I got to make a living too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
And
I think the thing that the people have to understand, although you are associated with it, and although you are a mover, a shaker, and everything else, you by no means have control over what people do.
right.
You are you, you are your own person.
Once they get on stage, my job is done.
Yes.
Whatever happens after that, then that's
Yeah.
on them. But then also where I was going with this is about 10 years ago, I was talking to Gilbert Velasquez. We were having dinner one day, and I said, you know what, man, it would be cool if this was before podcasts and all that was going on, but it would be cool if there would be some Tejano shows, to do podcasts and stuff like that, and we could talk about this and do interviews and do that. Well, man, here we are 10, 15 years later, stuff that I was talking about. There's so many podcasts now, Tejano podcasts, people that are doing video and all that other stuff. And I'm like, man, I never got a chance to do my own thing. And I'm working on it, trust me, because I initially wanted to do an internet radio station with all the songs and the projects that I had been part of. And that's
Yeah.
the only music you would hear, right? Like right now, so far, like you wouldn't hear a La Mafia song because I haven't done a song with La Mafia yet. But that's never say never, right?
Right.
So we're on the air, but there's Sarah Fox from Conjuntazo. How you doing, Sarah? We're live on the air, but we're good.
we're live. That's okay.
That's okay.
No,
That's Sarah from Conjuntazo, which I did their album as well.
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, man. So it's just the industry has grown so much,
Well,
and it's great to be part of it. You know what I mean?
for me, I have a Sunday show because I've been in the business for so long.
How you doing?
Thank you so very much, brother.
I'm retired in the Army.
Oh, so am I. Well, I'm not retired. I'm
I
disabled.
met her in the Army. She was Army too. We're both Army.
Right on, right on.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for your service.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Saludos a todos los veterans and everybody.
Yes, man.
There's people that are walking up to the booth here and saying hi to us. And saludos para todos.
Thank you so very much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Now, I do a show on Sundays. It's called Should Have Been a Bigger Hit. Because
Okay.
I've been in this business for 20 plus years and I've got a ton of albums of music, and I say to people, these albums, the reason I encourage people to buy the album is because yes, there's 2 or 3 good songs that were released from this album, but there's so much more that was
Oh
on the
my
album.
God, brother! I am so people. People sometimes, and I talk. Bobby Pulido is one guy that always tells me, "Bro, why are you always doing old songs?" And I'm like, "Because they're good, Bobby, and they didn't get their day in the sun when they were out there." This was like song number 8 on the record,
Correct.
and nobody ever heard it. Or I mean, if you did hear it, they would skip it, bro. I'm so guilty of looking for that hidden gem. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Or it was something that moved me when I bought the record, and it never, like I said, it was never a single. It never got airplay. I do these '80s medleys and stuff like that because, of course, Hello Baby Doll was a big hit, but it's so sad that, of course, throughout the years they start fading away, these songs.
Right.
Well, then I brought it back. I brought it back to whatever. And you know what? It was a big surprise to me that that song or that medley is my uh, most played song on.
Your signature song.
Yeah, well, no, it's the most played song on Spotify.
Spotify.
And I'm like, what? Because Paloma Piquito de Oro did very good for us. I took a left turn and it got a horn section and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to do something different back in 2006, and what do you know? We got a Grammy for that on that record. In 2007, we're the best Tejano performance, which I'm so proud of because that whole record was Tejano. From beginning to end. Every song we had a ranchera, cumbia, conjunto, a little bit of Tejano norteño, a little bit of mariachi. It was all Tejano. So anyway, if you haven't heard it, it's on my website, chentebarrera.com. All my music is on there. All the information that you need to know about Chente Barrera is on there, and check it out. It's called Sigue el Taconazo is the name of the record that I got a Grammy for. But anyway, like I was saying, I mean, it's just so many things happening in La Onda, and there's so many things that are gonna happen. So you guys, stay tuned for that. And I thank you for having me here, man.
No, thank you very much, Chente, for being here. And like I said, you follow Chente and everything else, and make sure that you
Stephanie Montiel is here.
I know she was next on the.
And she's always she always stands out in the crowd. And you know what? I'm so happy that I've been able to record with Stephanie for so many years, and actually wrote a song about her because she was shy in the beginning, and I wrote a song called Tímida that's on one of her records. I think it's her second or third record maybe. But anyway, I guess I don't want to make her wait. So I'm going to thank you once again, Lawrence, for having me here. Thank you. Un saludo para toda la raza que nos está escuchando por ahí. Viva Tejano, sigue el taconazo, o siga Tejano Superfest. Thank you.
Hey, Superfest, and don't forget to hook them up at chentebarrera.com. That's when you'll find all of his information. Coming up next, Stephanie Montiel. Chente, thank you so very much. We'll be down here so that we can do a live on the show.
We'll do something.
I appreciate you, man.
You all know the stickers?
He's got him. The guy with the tablet.
Hi.
How are you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. I got a chance I didn't get a chance to catch your show on Thursday, but I got to see some video, and oh my gosh, girl, at 120 degrees, you're still
so
kicking
hot.
butt.
I don't know. I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was crazy out there, but it was so amazing. So many Tejano fans from all over the U.S. and Mexico and beyond. And yeah, we had an amazing, amazing time out here. David and Sarah are doing such an incredible job with the convention this year. 20 years. It's amazing how
I know.
time just
And
flies.
all these people that are here, it's just wonderful. But you know what? You brought the house down. There were so many people here that are talking about it. And,
Thank you.
And I had a lot of friends that were like, "Dude, where are you? Where are you?" And I was like, "I'm not going. It took me 20 hours to get here. I drove."
We drove too.
Yes.
So we went to Albuquerque first,
Right.
and then we're like, okay, we need to take a nap and have some green chili and red chili and visit the family a little bit, and then we got our wind back, and we started back over here, and it took us almost like 2 days. Yeah.
We took 2 days on purpose because I can't drive that much. I'm disabled veteran, so it takes me a while to get there and everything else. But yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna drive straight. I'm not that stupid. and I don't have anybody to drive with me, so
I know Gabe drove the whole way, and
Oh,
so like
yeah.
he's amazing. I
But
don't know how he does
Gabe
it.
is young and virile, so we'll just-
Yes, he is.
He's a man's man, you know.
He is a very
He
manly
wears
man.
that. Gabe has his own cologne. I call it Sudor de Macho by Minin. Remember those commercials? So anyway, you have so much going on. You've got your show. This one is just incredible. I've seen you like 4 times this year. No, 5 times this year so
Really?
far. I've seen you
Hey,
perform.
and we're barely halfway through the year.
I know, and it's just like, and you know what? I don't know if you know this, but I actually play in Joanna Ray's band. I play percussion with her and I sing backup with her.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
she was interviewing. She was being interviewed by Bumper yesterday, and so he put her on the spot. He's like, "Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite artist?" You know, and she didn't want to say anything. And he asked the crowd, and everybody shouting out all these names. And they're okay, we know everybody's. Now who's yours? She didn't want to say because everybody's traditional is Selena, of course. And she goes, "Mine's Stephanie."
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I knew there was a reason I love that girl. Like,
And I was
she's
like,
so amazing. I just talked to her. We spent a little time. We were, like just kind of catching up a little bit. And, it's wonderful to see so many young artists out here doing their thing. And I think that Joanna is just, she has a beautiful spirit. She really does. And you can tell when people are good people, they have a beautiful energy and a beautiful, they have that shine to them, and she
Yes.
has that, and she's just so sweet and so honest and so just genuine. That's something that people are drawn to, and you can tell that off the bat with her. So I absolutely love her.
and one of the things that we always talk about her and I when we're constructing the show and everything else is we want to put on a show, and that's what you get with Stephanie Montiel. Is this a Stephanie experience? It's not just music; it's an experience. Even your daughter on the timbales, when she puts the glitter on the timbales, everything is very well planned and coordinated. It's a wonderful show. It's a wonderful experience. What is it that we want to talk about right now? That's on the forefront. What is it Stephanie concentrated on right now today?
Right now, we are in the studio. We've been, we have released the two Favoritas albums, and those were kind of like a side project.
Amazing, by the
So
way.
it's something that I'd wanted to do for a long time, and the opportunity presented itself. And so we figured, this is a perfect time. Let's do that. Let's get that over with, and let's get those out. And I really just wanted to pay homage to so many amazing artists in this industry that just really kind of shaped my vocal style and inspired me since a young age. And I just wanted to say thank you, for all of these songs that you've given to not only myself, but so many people in the industry. And, even some of the younger generation, or people that are just kind of coming to Tejano, listening to Tejano now, a lot of them haven't heard some of these songs. And it's crazy to me. I'm like, you don't know these songs? It's crazy. But I think it also gives people an opportunity to fall in love with the songs all over again, from a female's perspective.
Well, you know what? I will tell you this. Thank you so very much for showing female artists, is like Joanna Ray and others, that a male song doesn't have to be a male song, because you've done some songs, that David Lee Garza has put out. You've done songs that other artists have put out that were males. They were male-centered songs, and you've done them Stephanie way, and you've shown that they are just as palatable, if not better. And that's what really I try to tell people. A good song is a good song.
Oh yeah.
And
And
when
you
you
can
have the
make it your
vocals,
own.
make it your own. But
Yeah.
that's the key thing, is making it your own. And I mean, good God, girl, you're beautiful. You have talent. You got great shows. What more can we say about you? Oh my gosh,
Thank you.
And-
That means so much. We work really hard, and it's hard. There are so many people in this industry, and you have to try to make your way. You have to find what your niche is, and what makes you stand out, and what makes you different and unique. And we all are in our own way, but we just have to kind of hone in on that sometimes, and just choose what we feel our strong points are, and we run with that. Each one of us, we all have our own things that makes us different. So that's really what we do. We just kind of just love what we do. We just try to magnify that in any way we can. And with my sister on stage with me, my daughter on stage with me, they bring their own little unique thing as well. And so it's so much fun having my family
let's
around. My
not forget
husband,
the Magic
my
Man.
husband. I know that one. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would do without him. He's just so incredible in so many ways. And so many things that people don't see behind the scenes, and he handles so much, and he handles it so just so with ease, and I don't know. I tell him all the time, I'm like, how do you do this? How do you know how to do this? And he goes, I don't. I fake it until I make it. Like, like he figures it out. And that's, I'm just so blessed. So blessed to have, because I know that I couldn't do this on my own ever. And so I'm just very thankful to God for all the blessings that he's put in my life.
That's one of the things that I try to tell new artists all the time when I interview them, because I love interviewing new artists, is that have a good small group around you
Absolutely.
to help you. People, having a good foundation is always good.
Sure.
Having a good small
That's
group
the most
around
important.
you, it's
It
very
really is.
important to have somebody. Support is good, but having somebody that lied to you is not good.
No.
Telling you you're
No.
great when it's not good. That's the one thing that you don't want to. Yeah, yes, it is. It's an interview. Yeah. All right.
We have a fan here that's
Thank you so
saying
very
to
much.
make sure to tell everyone he's from Texas. He's interrupting our show, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going.
All right. Thank you so very much. You bet. We're from West Texas, brother. From West Texas. West Texas. Yeah. Down south. No, West Texas. So, we got fans coming up here.
This is awesome, but this
Yeah.
is the beauty of it.
It's
It's so
just like
much
you
fun.
never know
Anything
what's
can
gonna
happen at any time.
Right, you never know what's gonna happen. Let me ask you this: for people that want to get some more information, I just because it's a question that I have to ask everybody. For people to get more information from Stephanie Montiel, where do they have to go?
StephanieMontiel.com, and I always have to reiterate how to spell my name because so many
Correct.
people spell it wrong.
PH, not the PH.
Not the PH, and no E at the end. It's just STEFANI, and then Montiel, MONTIEL.com. So www.stephaniemontiel.com. On Facebook, Stephanie Montiel, official Stephanie Montiel on TikTok. Instagram is official Stephanie Montiel as well. So you can just Google me and you'll find me somewhere.
Yes, you will. And you know what? I have to tell you, thank you so very much for being so true. You are one of the best artists that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing and interacting with. You are true blue, honest, great person,
Thank
and
you.
I really do appreciate everything that you've done.
Thank
You've extended your hand and been so kind to me. And it's hard in this industry, doing what we do, and you know, just helping each other out is the pinnacle of what success is, and I think that's what attributes to what we do. I mean, you were there when I started out the radio station, or when I started out my other TV shows. I've had 3 of them. I remember I interviewed you one time. You was like, "Don't film my feet," because you had just painted your toenails and you had the little things between your toenails.
Petty.
I was like, why would I shoot your toenails? That didn't make sense. But it was hilarious. But anyway, I mean, but here I am sitting here with my radio station. Last year we had 1,400,000 listeners last year.
That's incredible. Congratulations.
Yeah, and we have 100,000.
We're gonna break that record
Yeah.
this year.
Well, we've pushed over 100,000 listeners a month so far. We're gonna keep going it.
That's awesome.
I had COVID in December, and usually I give stuff away in December, but I had COVID. I was in the hospital for 12 days. So we're doing a giveaway after I get back from here. We're having Christmas in July,
Awesome.
the 12 days of Christmas in July, and all the stuff that I bought, and I bought like 3 T-shirts from you. All the stuff that I bought, I'm gonna give it all away to all the listeners, so that way,
Very
as
cool.
a thank you for all the wonderful things that I've collected along the way, because the fans deserve it. And
Yes, they do.
but
They're why we're here, all of us, every single one of us. We wouldn't be able to do any of this
Correct.
without the fans. So we all appreciate all the help that you guys give us, all the support. And I know it's the same with radio, because if people don't listen to you, TV, anything, if we don't have the support of the people, then what are we doing this for?
correct, and it's wonderful. But you've been very, very true and honest, and you're one of the great people that I know. And I really want to say thank you so very much for being a kind person and a good friend. And I really do appreciate all of that. And
Likewise.
I want to tell all of y'all, especially those of y'all that are listening, hey, if you want to get a great show, go to see Stephanie Montiel. Montiel is going to be one of the greatest shows you could ever see. It's wonderful. It's packed. When your next performance, girlfriend?
We are off this weekend because we're going to spend the week here in Vegas and New Mexico, and then after that we perform the week after.
It's okay.
Don't even ask me where. I don't even know what day
No,
today is.
no, look it up. Look it up. StephanieMontiel.com. That's where you want to go and find out more information where you can do it. Go and buy her music. The best way to support your favorite artists is go to the shows, buy their merch. That's how you do it. Yes, you can run streams and all that other stuff, but Spotify has changed the way that they pay out their royalties. It's better for you to buy the music. That's the way you do it. If you're listening to it on listening to us on the app, or if you're on the website, there's going to be an add to cart button. You can go ahead and click that add to cart button. It'll take you to Apple Music. You can buy it from them. I do not make any money from that transaction, but if you do, I do get a discount on my license because I'm a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP BMI C6 Core, and that's why I do it, so that way we can help each other out. Thank you so very much, Miss Stephanie.
Appreciate you. Thank
Montiel,
you.
the one and
thank
only.
you, India. We appreciate you, and thank you so much for always opening up, your doors to us. And of course, to all the listeners out there, thank you for supporting not only myself, but this amazing man right here that does so much for you guys and for our industry. We appreciate all of y'all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And, we're going to keep this going for many, many years to come.
Oh,
So
most
continue to
definitely.
support y'all.
You got to see the show, guys. You got to, I mean, especially now, this, what do you call it? The glitter?
It's the Studio 24 tour.
Studio 24. I know.
Yes.
I remember you were asking for the speakers, and I was like, why does she need speakers? Old ones at that.
Yes,
but no,
we're kind of doing like a disco,
and
like
you got 'em
retro
on,
vibe.
and you got them on stage, too. That's
Yes.
awesome. I love it. And the guitar. I
Yes.
love the guitar.
Thank
Guys,
you.
thank you so very much. We'll see y'all next time. I'll be back here in a bit.